The shelter is a really big deal. It's probably the central thing that readers write questions about. Sometimes they're writing about mortgages, other times they're writing about their home value, other times they're writing about whether they should sell, other times they're writing about what sort of deal they should make. Should they let their daughter live in the house? Should they buy a house for their daughter or their son, etc. We all need a roof over our head. It gives us visions of permanence. It says something about us, who we are. Some people have very grand thoughts about who they are, you may have noticed. It may say, we've arrived. It tells people our status. It influences the quality of our kids' education. People pay fortunes to live in a place where they are told that the education system is good. And they will decline to live in places where the education system is known to be not good. It can make us wealthy. It can make us poor. If you were on the right side of the moves over the last 40 years, you could have made a fortune. It has done things for us, for many people, that investments haven't done. So we can get exaggerated ideas about what houses do for us. People make a lot of unhealthy decisions because of houses. And that's why it leads us to some big mistakes. We buy our largest home when the kids have left. I mean, how many of you have... I have a theory, which is that the biggest kitchens with the most ovens, this is absolutely sexist, you'll have to excuse me, are built shortly after menopause. But the husband has a role in this because he wants to have lots of countertop, all in granite. And the countertop is about enough to land an F-22. It looks like the top of an aircraft carrier. And who's living there? Just me and her. Yep. We used to live in 1,800 square feet with 4 children. And now we have 3,500 square feet, and it's the 2 of us. The kids visit twice a year, but we keep a bedroom for them. With everything they had, all through grammar school and high school. We want them to feel at home, but we don't want them to move in. Because we can't afford a house because our real income goes down as we get older, we under-maintain the house. But we stay in it. The consequence is that when the house gets sold, it becomes a handyman special. When the bids come in, somebody bids on it, all of a sudden, all that undone maintenance is presented as a bill. You know, the guy who does the house inspection, he does a long house. Oh, by the way, you need a new roof. You need a new oven. The thermostat doesn't work in your water heater, etc., etc. Many of you may have experienced that. All of a sudden, you wind up attracting the biggest negative factor in the current market, which is lowball shooting. We do this because we want to preserve what's familiar and not think about what's appropriate. We assume our house won't be a burden to our kids. A lot of people are fixated on owning a house because they want to give the house to their child. Doesn't matter that the child is a drug addict. Doesn't matter that the child is having her 3rd children without a known father. None of these circumstances matter. We want the kid to have a roof over her head, as if you could give a child a roof over their head that they would be able to keep if they aren't responsible and if they aren't functional. It can't be done. It feels good, but it can't be done. The house can also become a burden for the kids because, you know what? They probably don't want the damn thing. What you liked isn't what they liked. How many of you have kids who are absolutely thrilled to receive your silver pen? Doesn't happen. We keep getting silver back. But they don't have a need for our stuff. And it's not because they're rich. They simply lead different lives. How many of you have discovered that your children lead different lives? Last thing is we think that price is absolute, not relative. And the financial economists, the behavioral economists will tell you that the absolute price is the highest price anyone ever told us that they thought our house was worth, or the highest price that somehow appeared in our mind one day when we'd had 3 martinis. We fixate on that, and everything after that is a loss. And it really isn't a loss. Our house decision is all about picking the horse we're going to ride for the next lap in the race.